today I'm going to be talking about illegally accessing the spiritual realm, the second heaven, not the third, but the second heaven. Is dangerous, can come with life-altering implications, and possibly even death. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because I'm going to go in depth with this, and you have to subscribe because my videos are not being shown to anyone. What do I mean by accessing the second heaven, the spiritual realm, illegally? What do I mean by that, okay? About 20 years ago, when I was 18 years old, I had this experience where I was doing stuff and things, let's just say, not willingly participating in occultic rituals or anything like that, but my family did. My family willingly and knowingly participated in these things, and unfortunately implemented a generational curse upon our family. And what was implemented on our family in terms of generational curse was in the form of the strong man, right? Strong man of addiction, whether it be alcohol, drugs. But in another term, when you do drugs, it's also called being a sorcerer, right? Think about it. Think about it for a minute. Who practices sorcery, right? Who practices sorcery? According to Disney, it's people going like this, you know, in a pot, brewing stuff like a witch, right? You know, but in reality, what else is this, right? Gangster rap music. I used to listen to it. Don't get me wrong. I used to listen to it, right? But what is the whipping, the whipping, the whipping it? What are they doing, right? What are they doing? They're concocting spells. They're whipping up soft and the heart. Soft and the heart. Trust me, I used to be in that, I used to be part of that evil lifestyle, but not anymore. No. They're concocting spells. They're being a sorcerer in order to implement and distribute sorcery upon the public. You're distributing curses upon the public. Death. And when you become a sorcerer, a drug user, right? That's when you're not even like really practicing in the willingly in the occult, but you are still involved in it, because when you illegally access the spirit realm and you do it so much to the point, especially if you have a spiritual background already, if you're already like in tune to thinking about this world is first spiritual and everything manifests in the spirit and then starts and then comes down here in the physical, or from up down there or whatever, you know what I mean? You're unwillingly practicing an occult rituals. Because think about it like this. What do drugs make people do? They make people do things they don't want to do, right? Break into houses, rob people, commit sexual immorality, go behind people's backs, sell their bodies on the streets, right? I know this is all like a tough topic to talk about, but you got to think about this kind of stuff because this is what the spirit does. This is what these spirits do to you. This is why you got to stay pure and away from people, places, things, surroundings. Anything that is involved in that lifestyle, you have to stay away from it because nobody's safe. Nobody. Have you ever heard of a successful addict? No. But when you illegally access the spirit realm, it comes with serious implications. Losing your mind. These people talking to themselves. Like when a person has, let's just say they use a lot of math, right? You know what I mean, but I'm gonna code it. If they're using a lot of math and they're subtracting their mind and they're adding the evil demonic entities. And then when that entity is right here talking to them, they're feeding into it. They're, from the outside perspective, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. But they believe it's right there. They believe it's right there. And that's a dangerous place to be because when you keep feeding that entity, that thing is gonna keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And these spirits walk through dry places. And until they find a willing participant and vessel, because you're inviting them in, and you're illegally accessing the spirit realm, you're basically saying to that negative entity, whatever it is, it may be jealousy, envy, double-mindedness, getting heavily into sorcery where you do it every day, where he gets, 7 more spirits with him. Let's just say it's math, right? It's math, and then it's, that stuff, then it's this stuff, then it's, you know where I'm going with this, right? The alcohol, right? Brings 7 more spirits with them. That's why they say when a house is swept clean, what is a house? You're the house. You're the temple. So if you don't have a spiritual backing and you recover from what you used to do in the dark, you recovered from it, but you don't have a spiritual backing. And then he comes to your vessel. And if you don't have a spiritual backing, he sees it's like, oh my God, this house is swept clean. Hey, and then he calls his buddies, he calls his reinforcement, his squad, his other dominions and legions and his buddies, his bros, his hombres, right? Calls them over. Hey, come on over here, alcohol. Hey, come over here, math. Hey, come over here, marijuana, right? Then when you think about it like that, then you are they bring 7 times more spirits with them that are worse off than before. That's why you don't access or entertain the spiritual realm, because not only are you implicated at that point, you're inviting them in. You're opening the door wide open for them. And people they deceive themselves so much because they think, because I was there too, believe it or not, I was there. I was thinking I had control and power over it. Like, oh, I can stop anytime. No. Because if you can deceive yourself and think that these things have been around here for a long time, they know how humans work. They don't just go away. They go away when you kick them out by the power. And you have a spiritual backing, and you have discipline, right? But if you don't have a spiritual backing, and you don't have the Lord in your heart, soul, mind, body, and spirit, you don't have that protective shield over you, right? So when you illegally access the spirit realm, you're willingly practicing in the occult, okay? Oh my God, are you in trouble? Especially, let's just say, for example, there's somebody that, I don't know. But then they realize, and I don't mean this, but the person was like, you know what, this stuff, it's corny. I don't like it. There's nothing real about it. And then they came from a background where like their family was brought up in this occultism stuff, right? But they were never aware about it, but they always had like these little hints like, mom's kind of weird. My brother's kind of weird. Why do you wear dark clothes? And then all of a sudden they see like a pentagram in their bedroom, right? And they say, what is that thing? Look it up on the internet. And then that's where it sparks curiosity, right? They go into curiosity, and then they dive in to willingly investigating into occultism, witchcraft, right? Now they're in a dangerous spot, okay? Because especially for those who have been elected and selected and predestined for greatness, like, I'm not saying I'm great, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm dirt beneath the ground, because that's what we're made from, right? But when you have the mark of this, okay? When you have that mark, I was marked before I was born. Because I was selected and chosen to withstand these battles. I was willingly going against my father. That's why I was cursed for 20 years. 20 years, not 666, relax. 20 years, okay? I was cursed for 20 years with illegally accessing the spiritual realm almost every single day, okay? I finally broke free from it. I broke free from all strongholds. And this life is so peaceful, beautiful, lovely, and it's just awesome. Now, you gotta understand, when you access the second heaven, the spiritual realm, when you're actually doing incantations, hexes, casting and cursing people, doing spells, concocting potions, witchcraft, full-blown witchcraft, for a while, maybe even 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? You have all this power. You think you have notoriety. You think your name in the underworld is just you think you're just a big time feared witchcraft person. You think you're a high priest, right? You think you're a high priest. You think you're all nuts. You think people fear you. Now see, these entities have been around for a long time. Right? So if these entities have been around for a long time, they can be patient with you. They'll let you dig your own grave, because the devil only wants to kill, steal, and destroy you. all humans. The devil hates humans, hates them. So they'll be patient. They'll give you everything you want until you meet that one person that changes your perspective on everything that you've been doing. Everything that you've been doing was purely evil. All the manipulation, domination, intimidation, deception, living in darkness, not the light, because the dark fears the light and hates the light. Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 to 20. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, and debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissension, factors. I didn't know what factors meant, so I had to look it up. Factors means forming a group or cult, utilizing subversion and perversion. Envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God, and illegally accessing the spiritual realm. And the point when these entities flip on you, they will take your mind. They'll take your mind and they'll leave you for dead because they don't love you. They hate you. All evil entities hates you. The devil hates you. Satan hates you because he is jealous of mankind. He is jealous of God's love for us. Because when he was kicked out of heaven for what? Pride, right? When he was kicked out of heaven for pride, he had a forever vendetta against mankind, right? So we got to be sober and be vigilant, because the adversary, the devil, is like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. And now, I didn't realize this before, but demons, they can't fly, okay? Maybe principalities can, I don't know, but demons can't fly. They can only walk because they're bums. Hey, I'm nothing against walking. I'm talking about the spiritual realm, right? Angels, archangels, fly. They can fly with us, and sometimes, they come in the form of a person. Fallen angels, I believe there's only like maybe 200 of them that were on the earth. I can't remember, but specifically, and we're talking about minions and legions, right? They can't fly. All they can do is walk. So you got to be careful when you're gossiping to people. These people are going crazy. You got to be careful when you're speaking too much information, especially around people you don't know, who are not, because the information that you are speaking out into the existence, these negative entities, these spirits, they need a body to inhabit, right? So if you're speaking to someone, or you're living with someone, or you're even like associating with somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that's in the occult, all of these spirits in the not born again, and the unbelievers, and the people that just are atheists, they don't believe nothing. They will communicate with that entity, that host, and then jumping from that host to that host, and they'll have a little walkie-talkie session and talk to each and every one of other people, especially if you are on the path to righteousness and you're coming out of darkness, right? They'll do whatever they can to get you to submit your faith and kill, steal, and destroy yourself. So we're not going to be like that, okay? You got to be strong. You got to understand that the people that you hang out with, you don't know everybody's story. A lot of people keep things hidden, and until that one day you find out, wow, this person was like this the whole time. They told me they're like X, Y, and Z, and they're actually like this, which is something evil that they've been hiding from you for a long time. And then once you find that out, you got to get out of there ASAP, Rocky styles, okay? So in conclusion, watch your circle. Watch how if you are illegally accessing the second realm, it will lead to death, breaking your mind like I was at before. They tried to break my mind, but I will never bend, break, or fold ever, because I got a mission and a purpose serving my, right? And this is a true fact. It'll never, ever, ever stop. I hope you all understand that. I'm serving not only, but I serve you guys. I warn you guys. I'm a watcher. I warn people about what I've been through to get you out of it, okay? I love all of you very dearly and so much. That's why I come out here. I had to go around for like 2 hours looking for a spot. Everyone just kept coming over and like annoying me, but whatever. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because I'm gonna go in depth with this, and you have to subscribe because my videos are not being shown to anyone. They're not being shown to the public. It's only going to people that are subscribed. So please, if you can, share this with people. Share this with people who are suffering from breaking out of witchcraft, occultism, that secret stuff, right? Breaking out of drug addiction, or breaking free from drug addiction and trying to find a better life, and thinking that maybe it's not worth it to come on this side. Oh my God, buddy, it is. It is beautiful on this side. It is just magnificent, glorious. It's so peaceful. It's so fun. I know a lot of people think being on God's side is corny and boring. No. You experience pure joy. You experience pure joy. You don't need drugs you don't need to be high at all on anything. You're high. I don't want to say it, but he literally gives you, and then you are able to enjoy everything. Like you'll even enjoy like a leaf falling on the ground, and you're like, oh, what good creation. And like it's like hypnotizing. People think it's like, oh, righteousness is so corny. No, it's not. No. Like people like who need to drink. I used to need to drink every day. I'm not like that anymore. Not at all. I love my life so much, and I know my Lord is proud of me because I broke a lot of strongholds, and you can too. All right? Love you guys. Peace.